Hi there everybody, Andrew Rice here. Something a little different today. I'm going to give you some insight as to how I go about giving a lesson. I've got a student I've taught for 18 months, Scott. Scott has kindly enough agreed to share his information, his lesson with you. I do hope you can benefit from it. You'll notice Scott came to me as a relative beginner 18 months ago, lots of lower body sway. He's made tremendous strides. He's worked on the game. He even shot an 82 the other day, which I think is fabulous for this point in his golf career. And just giving you some insight as to how I go about coaching my students. You'll see that I use the Coach Now app. A lot of the videos that you are going to see in the upcoming minutes have been pulled from Coach Now because I do believe in sharing that kind of information with all my students. We worked on three primary factors: alignment, some technique when it came to the full swing, and that driver. His driver was running into the ground. Scott has resisted using the driver for a long time because he found it just to be too wild, and just recently he started to integrate it into his on-course play. I've always encouraged him to use it on the driving range, so you'll get to see how this lesson goes. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, Scott, so we've got an ABC, and it's three different topics, but I think it's going to paint a nice clear picture for you as to what I think the next month or 6 weeks needs to look like for you. Okay, I love the progress you're making. We're seeing consistency. I like the fact that you're aiming to the right on almost every shot. You know, I like the fact, I don't want that, but we're seeing that consistency in your movement pattern, in what you're doing. Okay, as soon as we've got that, once we get it in the right place, look out. Okay, look out. And so, three things. Number one, driver. When we swing the driver, and I'll share that picture in your space, when we swing the driver, you want the solo, you want to preserve this nice pretty look, the shine on the bottom of your driver, because when you swing it, it's not going to run into the ground. Okay, when I set up, I've got an iron in my hand, let's just pretend it's a driver. I will set up to the ball and rest the club on the ground. As I start my swing and I swing through, the club will never again touch the ground. Okay, never again touch the ground. And I totally get that you've been moving the tee height with the driver down, 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 because when it's high, certainly think about it. If the club's on the ground or contacting the ground, it's easy to kind of catch the ball on the top edge, hit those pop-ups. You hit 4 in a row, 4 what I would call pop-ups in a row. Okay, purely because part of the ball kind of got wrapped over this top edge of the club, and so that shoots it up. When you get it on the screws, on the face, the flat part of the face, it's going to go a lot further, and it's going to go relatively straight. You don't have that wildness, that excess of motion that you had before in your golf swing because it's improved so much. So driver only touches the ground at address. It doesn't even have to do it then, but only at address, not during the swing. Number two, I would love when you're practicing, you're going to use an alignment rod or a string like this on the ground, and let's get, and all I do is a tee in that end, a tee in that end, and I use my eye to try to get it pretty straight. Let's get your feet, your toes equidistant from the string. In other words, let's work on our alignment. Okay, your bias, your pattern is definitely that way. So we're going to work on straighter. Number two. Number three, and this is something that was compromising your ability to strike the golf ball a little bit. Not that you had major problems, you didn't with the irons, but shots off the ground, how do we have that easy access to the back of the golf ball? Well, we want our club head traveling down slightly. Not a lot, just slightly. How do we encourage, how do we facilitate that? Well, we've got to, at impact, get our weight onto our front side. That, in turn, facilitates our hands getting more forward. That, in turn, facilitates the shaft leaning forward. Those three factors are going to help us with quality of strike. Okay, quality of strike. Once we get into that impact position, it's much easier for our arms to release through to there. Okay, and so this is where we're going to start. Well, we'll certainly incorporate some alignment in there. We'll come back to the driver in a few minutes, but I'd love for you to work on this little exercise here, Scott. We're going to get our toes equidistant from the string, nice and square. We're going to go back and we're going to feel what impact should be like. We'll feel our hands more forward, that lead arm nice and straight. And then we're going to hit these little punch shots where in the follow through, if I do that face on, in the follow through, we're going to have that look in the arms. Okay, we're going to keep that structure in our arms. Okay, I'm there at address, I go back that way. Okay, and you will definitely feel more pressure onto that front foot, those arms extending long and through the golf ball. Okay, come on, grab your 7, let's give it a go. Close. So, yeah, a little bit before it, wasn't it? So if you hit, like you hit 2 in a row there, okay, where you hit a little before it, I want you to set up to the ball for me. We're not going to hit this, but we're going to go through this little exercise. So I want you to take it back, come down, and put the sweet spot right behind the ball. Yeah, and show me, hips around a little more. There. I want you to feel what that should feel like. Okay, so there we go. We've got a little priming, a little sense as to what it should feel like. Here we go. Better strike, better shot. Okay, okay. And if you're hitting behind it, it's just because this weight isn't enough forward, the hands aren't enough forward. For you, I want that to happen at impact, not at address. We've spoken about that last lesson. Oh, yeah. Okay, okay. Ready for some driver? Sure. Okay, come on, let's see it. So, Scott, what I'm gonna ask, and I know this might be a little intimidating, let's tee it up higher. Okay, let's tee it up higher. And yeah, it's like, whoa, that's kind of scary. I know what happens when I do that. Let's spray the face. Okay, and so I don't mind if you top this golf ball, but the club's not allowed to hit the ground. Okay, and so our strike spray is gonna be able to give us, obviously we'll hear it, you'll feel it, but strike spray, I always say that wrong, strike spray, will give us the full message here. So take a couple of practice swings. Yeah, well done, you missed the ground. You can do it, it's pretty easy to do. It's pretty easy to do. Okay, so let's see. We didn't hear much ground there, did we? Did the club hit the ground?
It brushed.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Okay, and so the only way you can get this pop-up, this ball high on the face like that, is if the club brushes the ground. Okay, looks like you even ran into a bug there.
Yeah, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, wasn't he?
That was pretty funny. That's it. That's it. Oh, oh, okay. So we need a little training here, okay? Because we've stayed in our consistent zone. We've hit 2 pop-ups of the inside of the club back to back. Okay, so that makes us a bunch in a row. Obviously, just going, hey Scott, missed the ground isn't working. That's not working. So we've got to try something else. Okay, peg that one up for me, nice and high again. And I want you to set up to the golf ball. Now you're going to make a practice swing, and you're going to swing over the top of the golf ball, please. Yes. Cool. Okay. So Scott, on this shot, I want you to top this golf ball. Okay. You're gonna hit this ball right on the bottom part of the face. Okay. I want you to intentionally try to top the golf ball here for me. Well done. Okay. Great. Now, not a great, and we're not going to get much of a mark there because the chalk is wiped off the bottom of the face. But not a good outcome, but really exactly what we were trying for. Okay. I want you to give yourself 2 inches further away from the golf ball. Same thing, set up to it. Swing, 2 practice swings over the top of the golf ball. Yes, good. That's it. Okay, cool. Let's see where that one was hit. Was that right there? I think it was, hey? I think it was. Okay, so we're seeing a little bit of heel bias. That was not popped up. The club didn't run into the ground. Good job. I still want to see some tops. I want to see some off the toe. So I'm essentially what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to be sneaky about it, is move you from high heels to low toes. Okay. A little further away. Over the ball. Yes, good. Let's see it, come on.
That's what happens if I hit it close to.
Closer, yeah, it just goes, doesn't it? Hey, as soon as you get the ball somewhere close to the center of the face, it goes beautifully. It goes beautifully. Come on, I still wanted more on the toe though. So this one, I'm going to put this golf ball out here. You got to miss that. Okay, one ball at a time, please, Scott. Yes. Top it. Well done, well done. Right off the bottom of the face. Nice stuff, good. One more like that. I want you, when you make those practice swings, have the club travel right over the top of the ball, please. Okay. We're going to try to hit this one off the low toe. Yes. There we go. Let's see the face.
Yeah, that was in the,
Right in the screws, wasn't it?
that was in
Okay.
the right spot.
Right in the screws, okay. And so I think we've got to do a little bit of impact adjusting. Okay, where you're hitting the ball on the face, we've got to do that. And this is the way to do it. Okay, lots of practice swings. Essentially, I think where you hit the ball on the face is a skill. Being able to change where you hit the ball on the face is a skill.
Right.
Okay, and so we're going to tap into that skill. Have you got some spray?
I do.
Okay, I want you to bust that out on the range. Have a little 10-minute session where you spray the face up and go, okay, I'm gonna work, I know where my pattern is. That's highish, heelish. I wanna go lowish, toeish. Okay, we're gonna try to move that out.
It's
Okay.
It's amazing how my mind, I can step back, but
Oh,
I'm still
you'll still, yes.
My arms get longer, and I'm like, what
Why?
the heck?
Why? And this is the beautiful thing. Because you're a human being adapter, okay? And humans are amazing at that, okay? If it's cold out, we sit here like this because we adapt to the cold and we try to keep ourselves warm. If it's hot out, we go, we adapt, okay? And your brain goes, hey, Scott, I see you're like much further away from the ball than normal. You want me to reach out for it? And you go and you reach out that much more. I'm not really a fan of getting tons further away from the ball if you're hitting it off the heel. I thought you were a little bit close, so we got you slightly further away. I don't want you to go a long ways away. I want you to develop the skill of hitting it low and on the toe. Okay, if you do that, I'm telling you, driver's gonna go like this. Makes sense. Just a little summary for you. Number one, alignment. Okay, when you're practicing alignment right on the ground, you can grab one of these strings and pop it down on the ground. Get those feet equidistant. Once you've done that, once the feet are in place, it's done. We don't have to think about that anymore. Number two, hitting shots off the ground, we're going to look towards improving our impact position and our arm structure. And so I want you to hit those little shots, those little drills, 7-iron off the ground, 7, 8-iron off the ground, just rehearsing that position there where those arms finish through into that position. Okay, number three with the driver, let me change this club out. Number three with the driver, I want you to tee the ball up higher, okay? Tee the ball up nice and high, not too high. That tee is not gonna allow you to tee the ball up too high, okay? You're going to set up with the intent of striking the ball slightly low and slightly toe, okay? If my club runs into the ground, I'm not going to be able to hit it low on the face. That ball's going to move up, particularly with a high tee. Okay, so I'm set up here. My intent is to hit it low on the toe. I'm going to make a practice swing right over the top of the golf ball. okay? And I will say this, as you work on this impact location, you've sprayed the face, you are going to hit some tops. I'm fine with that, okay? Where the ball's so low on the face it actually doesn't get up in the air. That's okay, because that's our intent. Certainly when you're playing, we don't want that. But I'm just looking for you to develop that skill to moving the ball around the face as you see fit. So low toe here. And you can see a lowish draw. That was definitely, I hit the ball low on the face easily. That was slightly toed and low. Okay, 3 things, homework, let's go. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you gained and took something from that for your own game as to how you can start improving. I think it's so important to work at it, so important to get some good guidance, some good information to help you get better. There's nothing better than face-to-face, real live golf lesson. If you are a subscriber, thank you very much. I appreciate that. If not, please click the subscribe button and there's that little bell if you want to be notified of any videos that I'm going to be dropping in the upcoming days and weeks. That way you will be notified. Cheers and stay safe out there.